As we enter the gates of Hatra, the silence is deafening. A place once filled with life stories now echoes only our footsteps. We are the only visitors, as though the entire world has forgotten the grandiosity of this once thriving city. A place of ancient wonder, over 2,000 years old, stood as a thriving center of culture and trade. But in recent years, this cradle of history has fallen victim of modern tragedy. For nearly 3 years, Hatra was occupied by ISIS militants and transformed into a training camp for violence and devastation. Buildings and sculptures that had stood the test of time were destroyed. It's still possible to see the scars left by the occupying group. Today, Hatra stands empty, an ancient site where only echoes remain, and yet, in this emptiness, there is a certain power, a defiant beauty that refuses to be forgotten. Greeting us is Mr. Makke, our guide, who shares that his grandfather participated in the first major excavations here in the early 1900s. Mr. Makke paints a vivid picture of Babylonian life, describing the brilliance of its urban planning while also sharing the painful memories of more recent years. He recounts the damage inflicted during the American occupation in the early 2000s, stolen artifacts, damage to the site, and violence against locals who sought to protect their heritage. Today, Babylon stands as a shining symbol of human achievement and a reminder of the importance of preserving our shared history. As we approach Mosul, the landscape begins to change. At first, it's subtle, but as we draw closer, the devastation reveals itself fully. In June 2014, Mosul fell under the control of ISIS militants. Their arrival marked the beginning of a period of terror. Ancient artifacts and architecture, priceless symbols of Mosul's heritage, were destroyed. Mosul's diversity, its centuries-old mosaic of Arab, Kurd, Christian, and Yazidi culture, was shattered. Religious minorities were persecuted, driven from their homes, or worse. Thousands of lives were lost, and nearly 1 million residents were displaced. In 2016, the operation succeeded in liberating Mosul, but the cost was immense. The old city where the final battles were waged became the epicenter of devastation. Its ancient streets, once bustling with life, were transformed into a maze of rubble. As we walk, buildings marked with the word safe catch our eye.
Safe? Yeah, safe.
an indicator that they have been cleared of explosive devices left behind by the militants. As we walk through the old city, we are left with no words and heavy hearts. Current residents hope that those who fled will one day come back and rebuild their homes and lives, which is why many buildings remain untouched, waiting for their return. Like water carving through stone, time shapes and heals, showing us that even the deepest wounds can lead to renewal. The city and its people now face enormous challenges to rise from the ruins and rebuild not just the city's infrastructure, but its spirit, its communities, and its identity. New generations can learn from their elders who lived before ISIS, reclaiming their history and shaping a brighter future rooted in unity, culture, and resilience. Next, we meet Randi, our host and guide for the coming days in Alqosh, a predominantly Chaldean Catholic Assyrian town nestled in the mountains of northern Iraq. He tells us of the town's past challenges, most recently the violent occupation by ISIS in 2014, when fear and uncertainty gripped this peaceful town. As ISIS advanced across northern Iraq, Alqosh became a refuge for many fleeing the chaos, as Kurdish Peshmerga forces took a stand to defend the area. Despite the hardship, Alqosh remained a symbol of resilience, with its people fighting to protect their culture and community. But the town's challenges did not end with the defeat of ISIS. In the recent years, Alqosh has been hit by another type of crisis: drought. The rivers that once flowed through these fertile plains have diminished, placing the life of the community in uncertainty. The rhythms of daily life here are shaped not only by geography but by strong traditions that have endured for generations.
Been invited by the local priest to take part into today's ceremony that will see the new bishop being assigned to this community, the community of Alqosh.
People from every corner of Alqosh have gathered here. The air is electric with anticipation. Among the crowd, we see not only the Christian residents of Alqosh, but also the heads of the local Yazidi and Muslim groups. This is more than a religious ceremony. It is a reunion of the community, a moment of shared faith and tradition.
The bad thing is Sabbath is now resigning bishop, so...
Lalish, the holiest sanctuary of the Yazidi people. It is more than just a physical location, it is the beating heart of their faith. Intrigued by the atmosphere of the sacred site, we follow our host, Mr. Lukman, who invites us to sip chai with him and other local men. They share knowledge about Yazidism and its deep symbolism. At its heart stands the Lalish temple, its conical domes rising gracefully, each ridge symbolizing the months of the year and the sun's life-giving rays, a testament to the Yazidis' deep connection to the earth and the cosmos. We are invited to step inside a temple where the atmosphere is filled with profound devotion, as if time itself has stood still. The walls are adorned with ancient carvings of suns, cosmic circles, and most notably a peacock. Known as Taos Malek, the peacock angel, this divine being of light, beauty, and wisdom, is central to the Yazidi faith, believed to be the first creation of God.
According to the religion of Yazidi people, every single corner of this village, every tree, every leaf, every piece of soil is sacred. So you cannot contaminate it with shoes that have been outside of the village. That's the reason why we were asked to leave them out.
Our host invites us for a last walk before sunset and shares with us the challenges faced in the recent years. Their ancient traditions, which have withstood centuries of persecution, faced renewed threats in 2014 during the atrocities committed by ISIS militants who heavily targeted this community. As the sun sets, the valley takes an ethereal glow. 366 candles are lit, one for each day of the year, reminding us of the Yazidis' eternal reverence for fire.
I'm kindly asked to leave the town and go to the checkpoint and wait for someone there that will take us to the city, maybe. So yeah, we are hitchhiking in Iraq.
Arriving in Arbil, the heart of Iraqi Kurdistan, we are immediately struck by the vibrant reality and rich cultural heritage that defines this incredible city. We meet with the manager of the Museum of the Historical Citadel site of Arbil, who offers her perspective on the future of Iraq's cultural heritage and the challenges it faces.
The actual state of these cultural heritage sites it's heartbreaking, that's the right word, because there is no promotion, there is no maintenance going on.
Not a lot of people know about heritage sites, and they do not know the importance of heritage sites, especially income. We should focus on to touristic sites. There are archaeologists who are very interested in here, but when you come to institutions with top managers, maybe they are not aware. So there should be more awareness campaigns to the importance of heritage places.
What would be the advice, or what could be the future for such places?
Raising awareness is very, very important in all Iraq. Like, if the child grows with this thing in their heart, this is our heritage, we have to protect it, it's our responsibility to protect it, they will not be doing that.
This is, 1 to 3 hours per week to teach kids since elementary school that heritage, art, architecture from the past are actually part of their DNA.
We continue strolling through the vibrant bazaars of the city, reflecting on the importance of protecting cultural heritage while savoring our final moments in this remarkable place. In the face of adversity and oppression, culture and heritage endure like an eternal flame, whispering defiance, bearing the weight of resistance, and safeguarding the soul of a people. They are the essence we carry within, timeless and unshaken, a tribute to the resilience of both the individual and the collective.